We are doing a study on the 1930 apostolic revival. One thing was obvious when we are studying it. There is no apostolic movement that is not founded on extensive and robust prayer. Guess what? This year makes it 100 years when God began to stir those fires. It was in the year 1925 that God encountered Babalola and he left his work, went to Lagos and met Odubajo, the overseer of the Faith Tabernacle. And when he began to tell them the story of what God did with him, they now found out that what they were teaching is what Babalola was experiencing. Because they were teaching, but no proof, no nothing, no experience, none. Everywhere was dry, but they were teaching. They kept teaching nothing. A man appeared, leaving everything that they are teaching. They say, why should we continue teaching and ignore this man? They brought him into the ministry and priesthood, and he became the face of that revival, simply because his life is a proof that their teaching was correct. So he went two ways. As he was brought into their teaching, they were brought into his experience. By the time they journeyed from 25 to 30, then at Okeoyo, they called the meeting. It is not Babalola that called the meeting. No. It is like a gathering of key figures that is rising within that apostolic movement. They gathered in that place. Babalola did not do anything. No. He just came and told the story again. As soon as he told the story, everywhere broke out. The revival was so much that they said they had hold up till it was coming to even eastern Nigeria. That's how strong it was. Just a few things that the man said. God gave him the only year, gave him water. Bless it. Anybody that drinks it, anything is gone. And you have to understand context. That is when the bubonic plague is destroying the whole of Africa. In fact, in my studies, I found out a parallel between what was happening in Western Africa and what was happening in Southern Africa as of the same time. It was the same period, exactly the same period that John G. Lake was in South Africa. And bubonic plague was halted by his priesthood and staff. He held it over the Rhodesia, and then that thing was shut down. It is the same time that God raised this man. These two things, one thing that they called themselves, even in the days of John G. Lake, the churches that were raised in Southern Africa, all related to each other, are called the Apostolic Faith Movement. The same thing with the one in Nigeria, and they are not related. A group had the talk, the others have the life. It means that these people has become the living epistles of what is being taught. Say after me, Lord. I want to be a living epistle. Because of what that man touched, many apostles like him rose. Everybody want to be like him. They have been reading Bible. In fact, the church within that time has developed very well. Yet something was missing. Many people started searching in darkness because the church of their day cannot bring answer to the place